fans and players not the only ones weighing in. Yesterday, Saints owner Gayle Benson released the following statement regarding the missed pass interference call in the NFC Championship game, saying in part, quote, "I've been in touch with the NFL regarding yesterday's events and will aggressively pursue changes in NFL policies to ensure no team and fan base is ever put in a similar position again. It is a disservice to our coaches, players, employees, and most importantly, the fans who make our game possible. The NFL must always commit to providing the most basic of expectations, fairness and integrity," end quote. Schrags, strong words.
Very strong words. I think we've seen owners speak out on off-the-field stuff. We saw Robert Kraft talk about the league's investigation into the footballs. We've seen Gayle Benson's husband, of course, Tom Benson, talk out about the league's looking into what happened in 2009 with the Saints. I don't recall an owner having such a strong statement on the field calls or conduct. To say the NFL must always commit to providing the most basic of expectations, fairness and integrity, is implying that on Sunday, the NFL didn't have the most basic of expectations, fairness and integrity. And when you say fairness and integrity, you're starting to talk about what does the league want? What does the commissioner want? Is there a conspiracy theory? Very heavy words from an owner, which I think will only embolden and galvanize that Saints fan base and that Saints organization, which I think operates in its own little island down there in New Orleans against the rest of the 31 teams and the league office. I think this is just the start of the Saints working together and saying it's us against the world yet again.
I think it's appropriate, too. I mean, this is I need a little fire and brimstone right now. People are mad. People are really, and they should be. You know, New Orleans, you have the owner here. You got Harry Connick saying, I'm going to boycott the NFL, which is not true. Harry, you're not doing that. Everyone's mad, though. You're in their feelings.
Hundreds of thousands of petitions being signed. Yeah. People upset, yeah.
And there's this long statement, just like Peter said, and I come all the way down to the last two words. Fairness and integrity they weigh a ton, each one of them, because it's not just, I'm mad. There's an insinuation and almost an accusation. And I think that in this true form, this really is the voice of the people. If you go into Twitter, if you go into the comments section, it's not just we got screwed. People start talking themselves into agendas and desires, which I think there's none of that. But I'm not a Saints fan, and I'm not sitting here on Tuesday pissed off that we're not playing against the Patriots. So I think it was appropriate. I think it was called for, and I think it demands a response.
I have to be careful because I don't want to seem insensitive or be dismissive to how the Saints are feeling. I feel bad for them. My heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to those players and the fans. But I feel the same way I felt when I saw this and yesterday. Today, I'll repeat the same thing. It's a tough call. It was egregious that they missed it, blown call, but that call did not lose you the game. You still had the ball after that. You had a chance to win in overtime, and you didn't. You had chances in the game to win the game, and you didn't. My comments are lit up. People are sliding my DMs, hitting me up on Facebook, cursing me out. I'm fine. Nate, you're over here trying to protect the league. I wake up to protect my truth, not the shield. And my truth is that as a player, I see it differently. And people kept saying, well, Nate, what if that was you? All right. I was playing against the Saints when I was playing for the Detroit Lions in the Dome. I get called for 3 pass interferences on offense.
As a receiver.
As a wide receiver, a guy that didn't have them all season. Did I get mad and blame the refs? No. Did I say, oh, there's some bad juju in here and they're trying to steal the game from me? No. I'll take you back, Minnesota Vikings. We're in the playoffs playing against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm 2 games away from the Super Bowl. You got McNabb throwing the ball on the right sideline. He is T.O. I clearly see him step out of bounds. Antoine Winfield trips him up. The ball bobbles. He reaches across the goal line. They go 6. It's a touchdown. I'm looking. There's no way that's a touchdown. He stepped out and he bobbled it. It's not even a catch. How is it a touchdown? The ref looks at each other. It's still a touchdown. We never recover. Do I, after the game, say, whoa, they blew that call and they took it away from us? No. I'm just saying as a player, I look in the mirror and say, what could I have done to change the outcome of the game? What could the coaches have done? Could they have done some things different? So for people to sit here and say, well, Nate, if that was you, how would you feel? I feel the same way I felt when it happened to me as a player. Do I feel bad for the fans? Yes. Do I feel bad for the Saints players? Yes. But I'm not going to sit here and say that one play decided that game because there were plenty of missed calls in that game that went both ways.
Just because there's bad calls all the time, and there were during the season, there always are, doesn't mean we should settle for that, though, right? So I think the Saints want to trust the league. I think the league needs the Saints and fans, NFL fans all over, to trust the league. That needs to happen. So you're saying, Schrags, that it'll hopefully galvanize everyone, like us against them. I'm sort of hoping it's more of all the teams come together and realize something has to be done about this, because in such a meaningful situation.
What's the insinuation, though? The insinuation is that the league wanted the Rams to go because of the second market. Like, that's what is dangerous.
He didn't say that, but
when you say trust, what's the lack of trust then? Like, we think that the
lack of trust is that it was such a glaring, obvious, flagrant non-call that everyone saw, and there was no black and white. He didn't see that. The angle was weird. It was right there, and it was a game-changing call. So that's, I think, what it is. But hopefully, as you know, as the players are saying, take a little break, move away, and then really dig in. As Sean Payton said at that podium, let's dig into these league meetings and make it better. There have to be ways. I wish I had the solution, and I feel so bad for Saints fans. I don't have it, but it's flawed. It's flawed, still.
The solution might be that everything is reviewable, and we'll debate that because a lot of people want it.